Hi, hello, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. So, we'll look at another use case, another scenario which can be solved with the help of fixed LOD. This is a real time use case. This is the question. If we have to find the number of customers who made a second transaction or a second purchase with a certain business within 6 months of making the first purchase or the first transaction, how can you identify that? Okay, people who have made a second transaction within 6 months of making their first transaction with the business. So take a moment and try to break down this problem statement. If you come across this requirement, what will be your approach? Try to think of it. All right, I'll tell you how we are going to solve it. First, we will identify the first purchase order date. When did the customer made the first transaction with the business? Then we will identify the second purchase order date. Then we'll get the difference between these two dates in number of months. Now, once you know the difference in number of months, meaning once you know how many months did it take for a person to come back to make another transaction, we're going to segregate our customers into three types, three buckets. People who have taken greater than or equal to 6 months to come back for a second transaction, people who have taken less than 6 months to make a second purchase. There's a third category as well, people who might have never returned. Right? It is not necessary that every customer has to come back and make another transaction or multiple transactions. Some of them may not like the service, or for whatever reason, they may never return. So, that is also another category you need to look at. Once you have segregated the customers into these three types, then you will get the number of people in each bucket, and then finally the percentage of customers in each bucket. So these are the steps that we have to follow to come up with the solution for this given requirement. Okay. So first of all, what I'll create here is just rough work, you can say, a chart just for our understanding on how things are going. So there are many orders placed by the customers with this business. Each customer could have placed multiple orders, but whenever they place an order, the order ID is recorded. Date is stored as a hierarchy. It will always be rolled up by year, but I need to know the exact date. So I'll just go down there and make it exact date, which will turn this into a green pill. So what's the difference between a green pill and a blue pill? There is a video in our channel with clear explanation on the difference between green and blue pills. Please do watch that. Here I'll quickly go ahead and make it blue, make it discrete. So I can see all the dates when this person placed an order with the business, each of them. Now, for every customer here, what is the first step? I need to know the first purchase order date. I need to store the first purchase order date of every customer into a separate field. For every customer, the first purchase order date alone has to be taken and has to be stored in a separate field. How can we get the first purchase order date? Of all of these dates, when do you think Aaron Hawkins placed the first order? Obviously on 22nd April 2021, which is the minimum of all of these dates, the least or the earliest of all of these dates, which we can get using min function, minimum. So here I am creating a calculated field for the first order date, which is min of order date. But min order date based on what? Min order date based on what? I need this minimum order date for each and every customer, right? I need to know when each and every customer placed the first order. So simply min order date is not going to work. I need it at customer level of detail. That is where your LOD will come into picture. So fixed at customer name level of detail, we need to get the minimum order date. This is the first calculation. Done. Now I'll bring this into the canvas, make this also exact date, and then make it discrete. And you will be able to see how for Aaron Birchman, it is 18/02/2021. Aaron Hawkins is 22/4/2021, so on and so forth. So for every customer, the first order date is there. Now we need to know the second order date. Now, how do we get the second order date? Okay. There is no direct method of doing it in Tableau. So see, for Aaron Bergman, this is the second order date, right? For Aaron Hawkins, this is the second order date. Now, how do I get this? We can't simply say minimum plus one because it's not exactly plus one. So how do we get it? I'm going to put a condition that I need only those records where the order date is greater than the first order date. Okay, I'll put a condition saying, give me the dates which are greater than the first order date. So is 18 to 21 greater than this? No. This is not greater. The greater than condition is not satisfied for this record. This date is greater than the first order date. This is also greater than the first order date. So basically, we are going to take all the dates which are greater than the first order date. But do we need all the dates greater than the first order date? No. We need only the minimum of that list, which is nothing but the second order date. That is the logic I will implement now. So what is the logic? I'm going to look for only those records where the order date is greater than the first order date. Order date is greater than the first order date. So when I look for the records where order date is greater than first order date, the first record will not satisfy the condition because it is equal. Then these are all the dates which are greater than the first order date, but we don't need the complete list. What do we need? If I take the minimum of that list, after getting the order dates which are greater than the first order date, now when I pick up minimum of that list, that is going to be my second order date. Okay, so how do we write the logic for this? I'm going to create a calculated field for second order date. Okay, if the order date is greater than the first order date, then only I am interested in that order date. End, finish. Okay, only when the order date is greater than the first order date, I'm interested in it. But what will this logic do? It will give me all the dates which are greater than the first order date. Do we need all of them? We don't need all of them. We need the minimum of that list. Of all the dates which are greater than the first order date, we need the minimum of that list. So what to do? I will simply wrap this entire formula inside the min function. Okay. Now we need this at what level of detail? We need it for each and every customer. So that is where your LOD will come in. Fixed at customer name level of detail. I need this information. Okay, fixed at customer name. For every customer, look at the order dates which are greater than the first order date and then pick up the minimum of that list, which is going to become the second order date. So let me show this also to you by making it exact date. And then making it discrete so we can see the date. Look at that, 7/3/2021 for this customer. Here it is 13/5/2021. Here it is 28/3/2021, which means the logic that we've written is working. And what about the people who probably never placed a second order? Right? It's quite possible that there could be customers who have not placed a second order. In that case, look at this. This customer placed only one order, never came back to place a second order. For that person, for all such people, it will be null. Because they did not place a second order, therefore the second order date does not exist. Hence, it is null. So the formula is working in all scenarios. Now that we have first and second order dates stored into these fields using fixed LOD, now we will go to the third step. What is the third step? To get the difference between the first and the second order date in number of months. So I'll call this as months to second purchase. I just need to get the difference between these two dates. So I'll directly use date diff function. I need the difference in number of months. So date part will be month. Start date is when the first order was placed. End date is when the second order was placed. So you're getting the difference between the first and the second order dates in number of months. Let me take that number of months. Okay, maybe into the text shelf, and you can see the difference computed. So when the second order date itself doesn't exist, automatically the difference also will not exist. So here it is null. It is blank because there is no difference. Here you can see this customer has taken 8 months to come back to make a second purchase. This customer has taken 5 months. Somewhere people have taken as high as 23 months. In some places they've come back in 3 months. In some places, look at the zero. What does zero mean? It means the second order was placed in the same month as the first order. They came back in the same month to place a second order. Here, 1 month difference. First order was placed in August, the second order was placed in September, so it took 1 month. Here they came back in the same month. Okay. So we have all types of customers here. People who came back within 6 months, people who have taken more than 6 months, and people who never returned. So that is where we proceed to the fourth step. We'll write a simple logical statement to to make this segregation or separation. So I'll go ahead here, create another calculated field to check, to create customer segments based on the second order. Okay. If the months to second purchase is greater than or equal to 6, then I will say that the customer has taken more than 6 months to come back. Else, if the months to second purchase is less than 6, then I will say the customer has taken less than 6 months to come back. Else, who's left out? People with no second purchase. No second purchase. These people never came back. Okay, and we always close if with end. Done. Logical statement is ready. Now I'll create the actual chart for this question. So here are the customer segments. All the three are there. There are people who took less than 6 months. There are people who have taken more than 6 months, and there are people who never came back. Now we need to know how many people, right? Moving on to the next step. Number of people in each bucket. Finally, percentage of people in each bucket. So how do I get the number of people in each bucket? Okay, I'll take customer name here. It's going to show me the names of the people. So these are the names of the customers who came back within 6 months. Names of the customers who took more than 6 months. Names of the customers who never came back. But that's not the requirement, right? I don't want to know who are they. I want to know how many of them are there. So I'll go ahead and convert this to a measure to apply an aggregation on the data, which is count distinct. Let me move this up to the columns shelf. It looks better now. Enable the mark labels. There it is. So there are 322 people who came back within 6 months. There are 466 people who took more than 6 months, and just about 12 customers who never returned, which means the customer retention capability of this business is amazing. People are returning to make second transaction, right? Which means they like the business. Okay, if you have a bad experience with a certain business, you wouldn't go back. And there are only 12 people who never returned. How do we convert this to percentage? You will simply apply the quick table calculation percent of total. Only 1.5% of the customers did not return. 58% of them took slightly more than 6 months. But the most important thing is they came back. And 40% of the people have come within 6 months, which is amazing for any business. So here, that is another interesting example on the application of the concept of fixed LOD. I hope you all liked it. If you have not watched the previous videos on LOD, I'm making a series of videos. Please watch the first 2 videos also for better clarity. And do subscribe and follow so that you will not miss out on the upcoming videos. Thank you so much for your support as always. Thank you. Bye-bye.